But that should be said, he did say that he was a teacher. And then eventually Jiwa ended up, trying to get his help. So maybe he's not all bad. He became a detective, so I don't know, maybe he'll actually come and save the day. Okay, let me push into. Oh, he always said that though. He talks, my bad.
因为最近我们市发生了好几起学生遭跟踪骚扰的事件，除了学校会加强对你们的安全管理，也请我来给大家传授一点防狼防跟踪的经验。
I wasn't sure if it was because the male teacher was present, or I hope in the kitchen was changed to anti-stalking class. The entire class was silent. Ready to put a male as a teacher? I feel like a female would have worked, but males are known to stalk more than females. So, statistic-wise, so I feel like a male probably could fit, but I feel like a female has made everything more easy going. She just seemed a bit embarrassed and coughed.
啊，你们别看我这样，跟踪这种事儿我也算是个专家了，所以应该还是能教给大家一些有用的东西。
When you said that, the whole class erupted into whispers.
子硕，他刚刚是不是说了什么不得了的话？
Really sus.
要是我没听错的话，好像是的。
Just about his experience of stalking. Does that mean the school hired a stalker the teachers had to prevent us from getting stalked in the West? Yeah, that's maybe sus. Somebody in the front row was always asking what he meant.
啊，怪我没说清楚。其实呢，我以前是一名警员，现在则是一名私家侦探。
Sonny thought of something and added.
在私家侦探这一行呢，我可是相当有名的。不过你们应该接触不到，所以不知道也很正常。
He kept boasting about himself on stage. We couldn't verify whether he was saying true, but if the school hired him, I guess he won't be all talk on the show. Looked more like a criminal than a detective, though. But since I was a child, I was taught never to judge someone based on their suppressions. Same here, actually. As Mrs. Yu began to wave his hand, he requires experiences while spying, anti-spy, using different English to analyze the culprit's psychology, and Gabriel, my initial impression of him began to fade. At least he was teaching something. Something did bother me, though. Maybe it's my imagination, but I feel like he kept staring at Ziwa. Since this was the last class, school ended after the bell rang. Azira carefully organized her textbook after class and put them in the school bag. Both Junior and I waited for her outside the classroom. Leeway had to go to the bathroom. Mrs. Yu was surrounded by some students and couldn't leave. Mrs. Zero was passing by the podium and Mrs. Yu called after her. I didn't know what they were talking about, but Zero only nodded after he exchanged a few sentences and then approached us.
老师和你说什么呀？没什么，他大概是把自己当黎明了。
I didn't quite get what she meant, but I asked no further. Leeway, however, was excited and rushed towards us from the restroom. She saw Zero with us.
此话，求你再考虑一下吧。
She's not gonna let this go!
我先走了，明天见。
Zero turned around and glanced at Leeway, looking fearful. Face always pallid, was now white in the snow. She hurried away after saying goodbye.
子画，被你吓跑了啦！唉，我有这么吓人吗？看来小矮子还没有认识到自己的问题呢。不如还是让我来演朱丽叶吧。
Wow, okay. Give myself a wink while we read the text. Jerry summoned to us after her death. Fear was manifested within life. It's rooted in every living being born together. I was waiting to see, sure, I guess present, I guess the life of since most of the game takes place in the past. Life goes on in weekends and opens eyes. I did just realize Mercury Love takes place in like 2016. Yeah, I just realized Mercury Love takes place in like 2016, but 17. That. This is like 10 years, because that game's like 10 years after this. God knows how we turned night into day. I turned on the lights and sat on the bed, wrapping myself in a blanket. I leaned against the headboard, so tired that there's no gap. Peering up to my appeal dream. My eyes flicker between the computer on my right and the windows on my left. Those are the only spots where something might pop up and attack me. Black screen and pitch dark sky, all like an abyss to its heel. But I have to stare fixedly at them, ready to escape and not think the pictures. I don't want to call how many times I tried to contact Mrs. Yu. It was unreachable the first time. I only heard the title hint at the reason he's not picking up. The night, you didn't reject me. Reject me. The night I hurt you. Night. I kept listening to the same lyrics over until my battery ran out, so I don't do my bed to recharge it. When I'm back to ultra sleep, I persevered until sunlight peaked. So bright the lights in the room. Finally, I turn off the lights and walk away out of my room. Was she saying lyrics, or did Jusio act to be the girlfriend? Zero. And then soon the death happens. When I arrive in the living room, well, I'm assuming. I'm assuming she said no, and I'm assuming within a day or two, the death happens, and she's living with that regret. That with regret. When I arrived in the living room, the man is preparing breakfast in the kitchen, minding that woman. I look at the clock. There are still 2 minutes to breakfast. That woman is always on time. She never a minute. And not to remain being fair to Minsky's not to speak. She rudely asked for my right. I shook my head. Just saying, and then taking out a new pair of slippers for me. That's when I realized mine are a bit dirty. Sure got stuck on them. Put away my old pair and head to the court by to let's go chase before leaving. She points to the letters and newspaper on the table for them this morning. This paper belongs to that woman. The letters are unstamped. Zero. No! Don't go back! No! No! I was hoping it wouldn't do that. And it doesn't. No, I wanted to see what the letters said. That was too quick of a present time. She didn't have to own preferences. Child dislikes where the parents dislike. Hopefully it just goes back and forth often. Because I really like to see like more of the present I'm doing. However, if the parents dislike each other, and I don't mind the past, because I can see what led up to the event, but I do want to see like more choice what happened after. Then how should they choose? What did that teacher with dead fish eyes want to tell me? Because of the number of sexual harassment cases targeted at famous students, the school hired a former cop turned private detective teachers had to prevent and deal with. However, this teacher had overthrown my perception of what a teacher should be. He's more like a homeless guy. Those clothes were covered in patches. But his class was interesting. I would have been more perplexed if he hadn't kept looking at me. She noticed.
那么今天的课啊就上到这里。
See recess now? Teacher with his dead fish eyes leaned on his desk and lazily dismissed the class.
哦，对了，现在应该是直接放学了。路上小心啊，万一被变态跟踪了，就我教给你们的方法。
Fish ran hearing that from him. After all, he looked like one. But it's impolite to comment on someone's appearance. I kept it to myself. Juicy and the others had already finished packing and were waiting for me outside the classroom. I didn't want them to wait, so I was horning a bit. Still, I wanted to neatly launch my book. A few students were surrounding the teacher's desk, some blocked my path.
抱歉打扰了，不过 可以让我先过去吗？
Stood in the way, gave me in the project smile and squeezed deep into the cloud, let me through.
紫花大小姐，
As I was walking past, the dead fish eyes suddenly caught out to me. I hate how he addressed me as miss, but it's a usual coincidence. Question, I turned around hoping that I was just hearing the entire. That wasn't the case. He was meekly brushing aside the steward with his book and trying to walk towards me.
紫花大小姐，
老师，我并不是什么大小姐，请您直接喊我的名字，或者把称谓改成同学，可以吗？
She actually sounded kind of ticked on that one. I didn't hesitate to show my displeasure. Yeah, you did not hesitate at all. You immediately said that. He looked dumbfounded, but then curled up his lips. He didn't seem bothered by my behavior.
你认得我吗？
This question baffled me. Have I met him before? He wasn't a teacher hired by the school. I would have thought he was a provost. Since he's a teacher.
如果您说的是今天之前的话，抱歉，我想我并不认识您。
I wonder if that the one that tried to harass you. That's a guess, though, but I feel like that's the case. Mr. and Julia were still waiting for me outside. Quillway wasn't there, though. They shouldn't be able to hear what we were saying. Probably thinking it was a normal conversation. But this conversation was far from normal. He repeatedly rubbed his thumb while trying to put thoughts to words.
没有其他事的话，那我先走了。老师再见。
I immediately turned around to leave before he could say anything else. However, just when I was about to leave the classroom, I caught his next words.
我认得你，你小心点儿。
Should I smile at him in acknowledgement? As I turned around, he was shouting at the other student as if he hadn't said anything. Is he a stalker? I mean, they say he looks like one, but he doesn't. But you don't want to judge a book by its cover because, you know, looks ain't everything. So, but it just kind of seems like he knows. But he said be careful. So is that like? Is he possibly someone that looks after who in the shadows have to hide from a mom? Maybe? And just keeps an eye on her? Or something? I don't. So many questions. It could be too bad though, because she did eventually talk to him later on about the theme of Juicio, so it can't be too bad. Probably some kind of friendship from long ago or something. You think I might be talking about stalkers and harassed? I tried to convince myself, although I knew he was implying something then.
老师跟你说什么呀？没什么，他大概是把自己当成黎明了。哦。
I didn't know how I could explain about my conversation with the dead fish eyes. It only confused her. Fortunately, Jesus was smart girl. She didn't pry once I replied. I sighed heavily. However, trouble came boom from any direction. Literally, I spotted Creamy running over from the restroom, shouting out, "Who requests I can book a record?"
子画，求你再考虑一下吧。
If I were to walk with them to the station like always, Creamy would probably keep bugging me the entire time. I decided to avoid them until Creamy found someone else to play Julia.
我先走了，明天见。
I said goodbye to GCO and Junior and left before Creamy could catch me. But if I arrived at the bus stop, but the bus didn't arrive, Creamy could still catch up to me. So I decided to find a place to spend my time. Somehow I ended up in the school's garden. Music echoed from one of the classrooms. Notes intermingled with the flowery scent, the room for the sun to acting as the catalyst. They were supposed to be the two distinct themes. Somehow, achieved harmony become indistinguishable from each other. My imagination went wide under such an environment. I mean, adolescent girl after all. I forgot about Creamy and gently caressed the flowers along the path. My father is one of this girl's investors. He's now on his deathbed. Explaining to me, ironically, he's my closest male relative. That man insisted on returning to his hometown at the end of his life. As for me, I was indulging the happiness and friendship behind my mother's back. The first memories I ever had were attending my grandmother's funeral with my parents. After that, they built a wall between themselves. I wasn't sure who started it, but since then our relationship changed. I said that man wanted nothing to do with control to that woman. Maybe interest were involved, they kept torturing each other but never divorced. Hilarious and pathetic. Of course, they weren't the only pathetic. That's why I, without hesitation, refused when Criminal told me about the Christmas party. Let your parents see you perform. It might sound like a great tour, but to me,
明明不想再想这件事的，结果还是。
I sighed and continued to walk along the flower path when I saw some students chatting happily among themselves in the gardens. A sense of sadness shook my throat. I looked at my phone and realized it's almost time. Ray and the others should be at the station away. I turned around and prepared to go home. I heard that cats like to follow people from behind, so you should be careful when you turn around, otherwise you might step on them. Now I nearly stepped on the mischievous cat.
紫苏，不要这么突然的转身啊！吓死我了！
The question is why you're still here.
我才是差点被你吓死了，你跟在我后面干嘛？
Sushi tried to straighten the bangs, but had difficulty doing so. I offered her my.
我本来盘算着怎么捉弄你一下，正在思考是蒙住你的眼睛还是别的什么，你就突然转身了。
After I heard about her sinister plan, I got worked up and touched her heel.
子画，你干嘛呀？
谁叫你不怀好意的？
我都已经自食其果了，你还想怎么样嘛？生气了？
没有。
I said coolly and turned around. Now I didn't know what to do. I might have gone too far, so I decided to change the subject.
你不是和秦维他们一起回去了吗？
没有啊，下楼的时候我在楼梯拐角看见你往花园这边走了，就先陪他们走到门口，然后找个借口回来了。
She was still straightening her bangs. Seeing how clumsy she was, I couldn't help but reach out my hands again. However, she flinchingly avoided me.
我错了，你就别再拿我的头发出气了。
I couldn't help but laugh, seeing her like that.
看你这害怕的样子，这次是真的想帮你弄。
Hearing that, she hesitantly leaned her head forward. I didn't bring a comb, so I could only brush her hair with my hands.
那他们呢？还在门口等你？
我可没那么笨，明知道你在躲小维，还让他们等着我。
Look proud, I held back the urge to mess up her hair again and only patted her forehead.
我才没有躲他，我只是
想来花园逛逛，放松一下心情。
对。
真巧，我也是。
She playfully walked to my side, ruining her signature smile. I would have felt anxious if it were 2 months ago, but now I felt relaxing. It's like Superman, always appear when I need him. Good analogy.
又救了我一次。
什么？
Nearly heard me moment. I smiled at her, not intending to answer.
你心情不好吗？还要来放松？
对啊，还不都是小维害的。
等你表演的时候，我会在台下为你加油的。
什么呀？你就算要为我加油，也是在台上啊。
我又不去演朱丽叶，倒是你演罗密欧很合适啊。
That's truly how I felt, because I knew that full body of hers radiated a shadow that was full of strength.
小维没跟你说吗？要是你不演朱丽叶的话，那我也不演罗密欧。
为什么？ 我拒绝他是有原因的。
I was cool as an axe. She didn't seem to mind.
我也是有原因的呀。
She spoke calmly.
什么原因？
为了整治一下小维。谁叫他每次都自己自作主张，完全不征求一下当事人的意见？
他对其他人也是这样吗？
It didn't feel right if Queen was such a dictator. How did she become a class model?
那也不是，只是对我和钱宇是这样。啊，现在还有紫花你。
I seem to have a grasp of the situation now.
你是不知道啊，前段时间的演讲他也是这样，都没提前问我一下就决定让我去了。
不过你那次的演讲还是很出色的。
这不是关键，关键是他就是喜欢这样擅自替我们做主。去年的晚会，因为班上的人都不愿意上台表演，快到截止时间的时候，他就直接把我和钱宇的名字报上去了。
然后呢？
然后我和钱宇就只能上去唱首歌了。
What did you sing? Although she looked angry, I contained my curiosity and asked.
我不想回忆起那天丢人的情形。
The more she said that, the more I wanted to know. Seeing her screaming, I could only tug her sleeves to shake her. Although I knew I was being cool, if I let go now, it would be too obvious, so I continued to shake her.
好，我说，你别拉我袖子了。
Thankfully, she could see that not long after I let go.
小维，不对，想起来就一肚子气。小矮子他呀，报了我和钱宇的名字就算了，还非给我们套上 Twins 的组合名。
Twins.
这不是香港的吗？
对呀，他报节目的时候自己都笑场了。哼，他还是主持人来着。
Now, let's welcome the female duo from Senior 2 Class C, Twins, on stage, performing the song You Never Change. She imitated Quimby's voice and reenacted the scene. But seeing the way she imitated her, I couldn't hold my laughter. I couldn't get caught in my mouth.
你知道吗？我们当时想死的心都有了。要不是杀人犯法，我和钱宇差点准备去食堂抢菜刀去砍他了。
消消气，都已经过去了。
过不去了，去年的耻辱还历历在目，他今年就又出卖我2次。
你们去年唱的那首歌，用来形容他好像还挺恰当的。
还不是他在那之前也做过同样的事，我和钱宇才特地选了这首歌。不过他好像一点都没看出来。
不过听你这么一说，我倒是觉得有点开心。
Gigi looked at me in disbelief.
起码他只是对特别要好的朋友才会这样，就像这次擅自让我们去演戏剧。
要照这么说的话，也确实是这样，不过还是有点不爽。对了，那你为什么要拒绝他呢？
他没和你们说吗？
他说你拒绝的理由是没有经验，会怯场。真的是这样吗？还是说
She stopped, trying to absorb me. Gigi understood more than anyone else the true reason. I should told her my secret. Someone as smart as her must have figured it out. Stealing is a crime, but if the thief failed to point a knife at the victim, then it became a felony. I thanked her for keeping us between ourselves. She only gently reminded me to go home. Where's the devil? Let's say it right now. 7/5. It's almost her birthday. I'm a bird in a cage. I forget how high the sky is. If I leave the cast of heroes cannot lie. These lyrics probably spoke to Zero's heart. Although she agreed to be friends, it's on the condition her mother won't find out. Not that I could blame him on Arrow since I suggested it. I feel like we would commit adultery. It's a relationship that couldn't be exposed on the broad daylight. I wasn't the only one frustrated by Zero. Leo's been acting desperate lately, like an ant on a hot stove. I told the class they were auditioning roles for Romeo and Juliet, but so far nobody has shown any interest. Thankfully, she stopped bothering Zero after we talked to her. That's why Julie is now Juliet. Oh, she got her woo! Way to go!
哼哼，子策，今年又是我们两个呢。
After lunch, Leeway went to the performance prep meeting while Jimmy pulled the two of we chatted while she laid her head on my desk.
又是我们两个，有什么好开心的？当新报幕的时候，又给我们冠上 Twins 的名字。放心吧，这次节目主持人不是小维，那他也可以在上报名单的时候这样做啊。不会吧？难道不应该是说表演者高33班这样吗？不过看小维的苦瓜脸，这次他应该没有心情再做这种事了。
Leeway and I acted like normal, but when we were chatting, she often felt irritated.
那也没办法，谁叫他自作主张的？明显此话可不像我们这样不知所谓。不要脸的是你好吧？我可是要脸的。你的手放规矩点，别乱摸。
Although Jimmy's face was on my desk, her hands were wiggling in front of my chest. How much resentment does she have for her own boobs?
子苏，
Why suddenly bore into me as if she had something important to say?
你说，如果朱丽叶是我这样的平胸，罗密欧还会爱上她吗
Knowing each other for so long, I should have known. I was sure naive to expect something deep. You really think Romeo is attracted to her just because of her boobs? Then why not maybe a cow? I wanted to take a dig at her, but after some consideration, I decided to change my answer.
对啊，罗密欧当然不会爱上平胸的朱丽叶，所以我还是不演罗密欧了。
Oh, I feel like that was worse than the last one, what she was going to do originally.
别呀，和别人演对手戏我会紧张的。
I sure hope my grad refused to perform. Zero made it clear she won't go on stage, but I went soft after seeing Leeway's frantic look.
我现在后悔还来得及吗？来不及了，生米已经煮成熟饭了。你这是什么破形容？
I do have a feeling though that when it gets to a scene and they have to kiss, I feel like Zero would not like it. Because like, she probably doesn't even know what love is yet, but she's gonna feel something in her chest that's gonna be like burning hot when she sees Chishio basically kissing Naiko. And they're friends, so I mean, to them, like, maybe it won't be as awkward because they're good friends. But I feel like Zero just would not like that.
你懂我的意思就行了嘛。
Talk with Jimmy was straining my entry. I imitated her and rested my head on my arm. We still each other, but couldn't think of anything else to say. We should wait for Leeway to return.
我还是想看子画演朱丽叶。她长得那么漂亮，光是站在舞台上就足够了。为什么子画就是不肯出演呢？子苏，
Oh, well, you can see my volume, I guess. I hit the button by accident, but it's fine.
你说子画为什么不肯去演？
他不是说了吗？他没有演过。
You kept mumbling to my ears as if she was singing a lullaby. If she hadn't started shaking me, I would have fallen asleep.
你要睡了吗？
有点困。
要不要听听歌提提神？
She really likes songs with energetic beats, such as rock music. Although they weren't my preference, but it wasn't a bad idea.
放一首别太吵的。
你这个要求，不过今天还真是可以满足你啊。
She smiled and appreciated me and tapped out on the phone. She inserted her headphones onto her phone.
好嘞，
I forced my eyes to open and casually took out my earphones. Hang on, I wanted to hear what she said. It sounded muffled, like
好嘞，好嘞，好嘞。
there was only one word, so I can't tell. But it sounded slightly muffled because of what the
等会儿你拿错了，给你右耳的。
I actually think it did. That's actually cool. I'm assuming she's got a headphone in her left ear or something. She placed her phone between us and pressed the play button. I didn't see the song's name, but I could hear a person laugh echoing in from the headphones. It was like two men talking but they were serious. Although it left an impression, I could recall the song.
这个前奏有点耳熟哎。
你听下去就知道了嘛。
When our unique voice began to sing, I finally remembered it was the theme song of the initial B movie that I watched with Lee Ray Jr. during the summer holidays.
我还以为你要给我放首什么歌呢？这不是漂移吗？
这么快就听出来了？
我又不是乐痴，这还听不出来？
嘿嘿，那你看这是什么？
She quickly got up, turned to grab something from her seat, but she forgot that the earphones were still plugged into her ears. The pull hurt my ears and my fatigue immediately vanished.
你小心一点嘛。
She only smiled ironically. I decided to let it go, as I wanted to know what she was up to. She hid her